So there is a lot of information floating around out there on the internet about the 2023 C8 Corvette Z06. Some of it is legit, some's not, and some is more on the speculation side. So today we're going to talk about everything we know about the C8 Corvette Z06. Let's jump right into it. Alright guys, so like I said there in the beginning, there's a lot of information about the C8 Corvette Z06 out there, and I want to make sure that all of us are on the same page on what is fact, what is speculation, and what is just pure rumor at this point. So, I'm going to break this video up into 3 separate sections. The very first section is going to be absolute fact. GM has confirmed these pieces of information, and this is exactly what we will be getting. I will have all of these timestamped in the description below, so you can skip right to any one of these sections to hear all of the facts, all of the speculation, and all of the rumors if you're interested in hearing all of it. But to start this off, we are going to start with fact. So, as you guys know, GM recently announced that the 2023 C8 Corvette Z06 was coming. They gave us some information on the reveal trailer. And of course, this is all coming straight from GM, so this is all fact. Like I already said, it is going to be a 2023 model year car. We are going to be able to get a coupe or a convertible right off the bat. The car will come as a base Z06 or with the option of getting the Z07 package car, which is a more track performance variant. On top of that, we have a couple different options available for the cars. The biggest one being carbon fiber wheels, and even the base Z06 will have forged aluminum wheels, while being available in a bunch of different colors. GM has stated that the ordering process for this car will start in early summer of 2022, but has not confirmed anything on the price side or the actual availability or allocation side. But of course, that information has to come before the ordering process starts, so we should start hearing something here within the next couple months. Outside of all that stuff, we obviously have the 5.5 liter flat plane crank engine that is going to be producing 670 horsepower and 460 pound-feet of torque. A 0 to 60 in 2.6 seconds through, of course, that 8-speed dual-clutch transmission. And it looks like the Z07 packaged car for the Z06 is going to have a quarter-mile time of 10.6 seconds. There have been some other videos that have come out that showed a GM employee talking about the car and referenced a 10.4 second quarter-mile time while referring to the base Z06. So it is possible that the base Z06 may have a faster quarter-mile time than the Z07 packaged car, or even vice versa, depending on how it all works out. Right now, the stickier tires of the Z07 package are what gets that car to 60 in 2.6 seconds, whereas the base Z06 does not do it as fast, so it makes more sense that the Z07 package car would have the faster quarter-mile time as well. While the transmission is the same as the base model C8 Corvette for the most part, there have been tweaks to it to make sure that it is able to handle the extra speed and the extra demand for the Z06. So little things have been changed inside of the transmission, but overall it is the same transmission that you will find in the base model C8 Corvette. On that note, we also have a slightly different suspension setup, again to handle the differences of the car, the different speeds, and the more track focus of it. And while the Z06 gets most of those changes, the Z07 takes those changes and increases them a little bit more for a slightly stiffer ride and a little bit more of a track-tuned suspension. For the Z06, we have a front brake rotor size of 14.6 inches and a rear brake rotor size of 15 inches. For the Z07 with the carbon ceramic rotors, we have a 15.7 inch front rotor and a 15.4 inch rear rotor. And you can get the carbon ceramic rotors on the base Z06 as well. You do not have to get the Z07 package to get those carbon ceramic rotors. We have a 20 by 10 inch front wheel and a 21 by 13 inch rear wheel. The standard tires will be the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S ZP, which is the zero pressure or run flat tires. And the optional tire, which will of course come on the Z07 package car, will be the Michelin Sport Cup 2R ZPs run flats as well. Both of those variants will have a front tire size of 275/30s and a rear tire size of 345/25s. It has been confirmed by GM that the dry weight of the Z07 with the carbon fiber wheels will be 3,434 pounds, and that the Z06 with the Z07 package will produce 734 pounds of downforce with the upgraded aero. The 2023 model year C8 Corvette, including the Z06, brings us a new interior carbon fiber package package, which of course is called the carbon fiber level 2 package, which of course adds more carbon fiber on the center console and on the doors. So on top of your typical level 1 package, which has been available for the C8 Corvette since 2020, you are getting a massive amount more carbon fiber, and the Z06 is going to be one of the first 2023s to show this new carbon fiber package off. Now, sadly, that is about it. That is pretty much all that GM has 100% confirmed for us. That is all the information we have straight from the horse's mouth, for lack of a better term, and the rest of it is rumors, speculation, and maybe some inside tips. A huge thank you to today's video sponsor, which is Ridge Wallet. It is a fantastic replacement for your current everyday use wallet. As a guy, we typically carry way too much junk in our wallets, typically old credit cards, a bunch of receipts, sometimes even hotel room keys that we don't need anymore. The Ridge Wallet helps organize all that stuff down to the core of what you actually need while maintaining a very new and up-to-date look. The best part about the Ridge Wallet is that it will fit in your front pocket. You do not have to any longer put it in your rear pocket. It's able to fit better in your pockets because of the sleek minimalist design. The two metal plates sandwiched together actually have RFID blocking in them as well, so no one can steal any of your credit card information. There are a bunch of different designs on their website to ensure that everybody is happy with the way that their wallet looks. I will drop a link in the description down below so you guys can check it out for yourself with a discount of 15% just for being a horsepower obsessed fan. Be sure to check it out in the description below. Inside tips and speculation. Now, you guys have all seen the videos that I put out on the C8 Corvette Z06. There are some little bits of inside information as well as just kind of following suit with GM's previous release with the C7 Corvette. A lot of information can be pulled from their release schedule with the C7s in general. So if you follow those, you can kind of pull information from that as well as get some information from dealerships and some leaks from GM and all that other stuff. So this is all information that, while it is most likely correct, it has not been confirmed by GM. And the biggest one to start us off with is going to be the price. So GM has not confirmed the price on this car at all, but I do have two different sources confirming a price for me and a third one that has just recently signed on confirming that I am very close on the price. The price that I have heard from two different dealerships is $87,000. That is the price that the 2023 Corvette C8 Z06 will likely start at. That's obviously before options of any kind. Now, in my personal opinion, I actually think it's going to be $89,995 just to kind of account for some of the inflation of today. But again, this information was taken from two different dealerships and a third one that just recently contacted me and told me that I was pretty much dead on with the price. So while this has not been confirmed by GM, it's got to be pretty close. Now, I pulled a lot of this information myself before being confirmed from the dealerships, just from the fact that you can take difference from the base C7 Corvette Stingray and the price of the base C7 Corvette Z06, and you come up with a difference that you can then apply to the base C8 Corvette to get what the price of the base C8 Corvette Z06 will likely be. I have made an entire video about this pricing scheme and schedule, so I will link it up to the top right of this video if you have not checked it out yet and you want to understand more about how we arrived at this particular price. I'll make sure it is up there for you to look at. The next bit of information that is also unconfirmed but most likely true is different colors coming for the C8 Corvette Z06. Now, I made a video just a couple days ago talking about these two new colors that were revealed at some sort of auto show recently that someone grabbed a picture of while in some sort of glass booth. And they look to be Carbon Flash and a Pearl White. Now, those colors are not confirmed by GM, but they were definitely in a little glass container kind of showing off the colors for the 2023 C8 Corvettes. Now, those colors will very obviously make their way to the Z06 as well, but I also speculate that we're going to get even more colors specific to the Z06. Now, there is nothing talking about this. There is no guarantee of this. There is no even whisperings of this, but I've been talking about thinking that the C8 Z06 was going to get some sort of lime green color now for a long time. And since I've been talking about that, some other blogs and things like that have picked up the same kind of thoughts, and they're now pushing for the idea of green and purple. There is one person I know of that has verified with their dealership that two colors, green and purple, are coming for the C8 Z06. But again, this has not been confirmed by GM. I actually hope that this one is true because I would love to see a lime green on this car. But like I said, not confirmed by GM. the information is out there. I will link the 2 new color video that I put out recently to the top right of this one, because those colors are definitely coming, but the lime green and purple, I'm not so sure of, but I got my fingers crossed because I would really like to see that happen. The next one that has not been confirmed by GM, but is most likely accurate, or at least close to accurate again, is the 2023 C8 Corvette Z06 production date. GM has kind of sent this out to some dealerships talking about the fact that their production date is likely to start on May 9th for the 2023 model year, but they didn't say anything specifically about the Z06, nor would they under normal circumstances. What that means is the 2023s will likely start around May 9th, and it makes sense that the Z06 would as well, but they have not said that specifically. Now, this date does vary, so every time that they release the preliminary production start date, it almost always changes. So even if it's not May 9th, it's likely to be somewhere in May. And it's very unlikely that they would start the 2023 model year without also starting the Z06. So if they start building the Z06 at any point in the month of May, then that means all of the information we're going to need for allocations, price, and all that stuff is obviously going to come at least a couple months before then. So we're probably going to start hearing this stuff trickling out relatively soon. But like I said, this has not been confirmed by GM yet, so we can't say May 9th is the definite start date with any kind of certainty, because GM has not said that that is the case. Now, the next part we're going to jump into is the pure speculation that has absolutely no confirmation whatsoever. It's more of a wish list from most people, from what I can tell. Now, this one starts off really heavy. Right in the beginning, a lot of people thought that the Z06 or Z07 was going to come with some sort of twin turbo. I still hear whisperings about this online. It's definitely not going to happen at this point, but since I don't work for GM, I guess I can't completely rule it out. So I'm going to throw it out there. Some people are still speculating that one of these 2 cars is going to have a twin turbo setup. In my opinion, I don't see that happening, but I've also heard some people talking about a front end lift that also lifts the rear. So a front and rear lift at the same time, kind of like the Ford GT has, where the entire car will go up or the entire car will go down, depending on what kind of race mode you're in. That, of course, again, is very unlikely to happen, but I have heard some whisperings of it. I think it's more of a wish list. Like I said, I think people would like to see something like that, but at the same time, there is almost no way that GM is going to do that with this car whenever they've already perfected the front end lift on the base C8. There is basically no chance that they're going to throw it on this car and have the front and rear go up at the same time. And the last one that has almost no chance of coming true is a hybrid setup. So I've seen a lot of people talking about the fact that in the GM trailer for the car, they showed it on the dyno and the front wheels were spinning as well as the rear wheels. And I know, as well as the majority of the people out there, that that was just an all-wheel drive dyno. That does not necessarily mean that that particular car is all-wheel drive, but a lot of people are speculating that this Z06 is going to have some sort of front hybrid motor to drive the front wheels, giving it an all-wheel drive setup. This, of course, has not been confirmed by GM, and it is very unlikely to ever happen. Best case scenario, that is reserved for the E-Ray or possibly the Zora or ZR1 model of the C8 Corvette, but it is definitely not happening with the C8 Z06. At least not in my opinion. Now, of course, this could come completely out of left field and totally end up being legit, but based on what I've seen and what I know of the car, there is almost no way it gets any kind of front hybrid motor. Of course, GM hasn't even hinted at something like that happening with the Z06, so again, this is going into the pure speculation / wish list part of this video. All right, guys, that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know down below if you learned anything or if you disagree with any of my rumors, speculations, or wish list items. I would really like to hear from you. I really want to start a conversation about this because this car is absolutely amazing. I'm super pumped for it. I'm on the list to get one at my dealership, and I'm going to be getting it very early. So I really want to talk about this car as much as possible. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'm going to have loads of content like this coming you are not going to want to miss. And as always, guys, I will catch you in the next upload.